Hello YouTube vintage stereo collectors and restorers, especially restorers. Every once in a while we have a two-story townhouse here, and every once in a while I'll be downstairs and my wife will be upstairs and I'll say, hey, could you go into my brown caddy of potions and lotions and grab me the plastic wood? Well, this is what I'm referring to. It's a little dusty, sorry. It's my caddy of lotions and potions, and believe it or not, I have had this about 40 years. I was around the time I was living at my parents, and in college I got this, and I put things in it. One thing that's always been in it is Neutral from MG Chemicals 401B, very close to deoxit. And it's a Canadian product, but it's available in other places. It's the original formula, so don't breathe deeply when you're using it. Other things that I keep in here, an oiler for tuners, like analog tuners and phono parts. You know, dual turntables I use this for. I may never get another one. It's a type of synthetic phono lube, but I would refill it if the time came. I have some sandpaper in here. Something often used is super glue, crazy glue. Or, you know, things that break and you just go, uh-oh, that was made out of unobtainium, not a chance of getting another, so you have to put it back together. And it will actually hold like the shaft of a potentiometer together. Another thing that I have is lithium type 2, which is good for lubing switches and stuff. Something under there. Let's see. Silvo. Been using this a long time, Silvo. Silvo and brass are similar, but for chrome trim, like on a Heath kit, AA151. Good for polishing. Some nail polish removal. You need lots of solvents. Lighter fluid. Polyfilla. Actually, that doesn't belong in here, but it's here. I have all kinds of different poster paints. Actually, this white I was doing a vintage clock ring, a Roland series, and there are white tips on the hands, and that was a good match for it. All kinds of glues, carpenter's glue, school glue, and the clear Elmer's is really good. Some other poster paints for doing touch-ups on certain things. I have a couple different silicons. This is white, this is clear. JB Weld, the original formula. Yeah, so these are some of the things that I use fairly often. I have them just behind me so I can swing around and get them. I also have this. These are touch-up sticks for wood. There's also some crayons for repairing divots in wood. Toothbrush for cleaning, that for cleaning, that for cleaning. Little brush for doing some touch-up work. There's some other things. Well, there's the plastic wood. That's what I was doing here this morning when I thought of doing this video. So there's a little chip out of the veneer on this cover. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what do I do? Put new veneer on it? How do you match that? Well, let's fill in the chip, make it smooth. Let's start there. So it's dried. The plastic wood, did a little light sanding on it. Now the thing is, you want to make it, you know, match. You start with a lighter one of these crayons. No, that's too light. Mahogany. Maybe just walnut. Let's try walnut on this one. Oh yeah. It might take a couple coats. use that to work it in a bit. Yeah, that's gonna actually, I find these always blend nicely. So I'm just gonna let that dry about 10 minutes and we'll work in some more. And it will be quite passable and smooth. There's a couple dents in the top. This one here is probably the deepest. Yeah, fill those up. You can use the crayon too. If you fill a chip with a crayon, you should wax the whole thing. And I actually, down in the garage, I have different kinds of paste floor wax, and car products sometimes come in handy with stereos. But this is the basic stuff I've used in different stereo repairs. I recently used some clear Elmer's glue. Use this on this realistic STA47 to lube the tuning capacitor bearings. Oh, here's what I skipped. How could I leave this out? Modge Podge. This is great stuff, especially in the vintage radios, antique radios. How many speakers I've repaired with Modge Podge. You know, you have a 5 1/4 speaker and a tube radio, and it's a field coil speaker, but it's ripped. You can actually use paper towel. You glue in the area that's damaged, then do the whole cone with this, and it looks so good. Sometimes I even give them a shot of spray paint. Spray paint's another thing. I have some of that in the garage for matching stuff. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this on some of the little trick potions for vintage audio. Thanks for watching and listening.